The Washington Mystics just put belt to ass on Angel.
Angel Reese may be stacking up double-doubles like clockwork, but the Chicago Sky are crashing hard and the scoreboard doesn't lie. In what should have been a breakout rookie season, Reese finds herself at the center of national scrutiny, not for her stats, but for what's happening around them. After a brutal 103-86 loss to the Washington Mystic and an on-court taunt that went viral, fans and analysts are asking a tough question. Is Angel Reese helping her team win or just padding the box score while her team spirals? With commentators laughing mid-broadcast and WNBA legends calling her out, this loss was more than just another L for Chicago. It was a wake-up call about team impact, defensive presence, and the limits of empty numbers in a league demanding real results. The Washington Mystics didn't just beat the Chicago Sky, they dismantled them. Powered by rookies Sonia Citron and Kiki Ariafen, the Mystics dominated from start to finish, leaving the Sky outmatched and exposed on both ends of the court. Citron dropped a career-high 28 points, while Ariafen added 22 points and 10 rebounds, marking a historic first. No rookie duo in Mystics history had ever both scored 20-plus points in a single game. Meanwhile, Angel Reese logged 22 points and 13 rebounds, extending her double-double streak to 11 games, a stat that sounds impressive in isolation. But numbers alone don't tell the whole story. Chicago was outscored by 17 points, their defense collapsed in the paint, allowing 52 points inside, and the game turned into a showcase for the Mystics' young talent, not the Sky's supposed star. The worst part, this wasn't a fluke, it was a snapshot of a season-long trend. The Sky get blown out while Reese racks up stats. Something isn't adding up, and fans are starting to notice. One play defined the game, and maybe Angel Reese's entire defensive reputation. In the first quarter, Washington's Shakira Austin drove straight at Reese, finished over her, and turned around with a subtle but unmistakable gesture. Too small. It wasn't just a taunt, it was a televised statement. The commentators, audibly laughing on air, knew it. The fans knew it. And more importantly, Angel Reese knew it. The too small moment went viral almost instantly. It wasn't about a single basket, it symbolized how outmatched Reese looked in the paint. Austin wasn't just scoring, she was dominating, and she made sure the cameras caught every second of it. For a player like Reese, who's built her brand on toughness, confidence, and energy, this was a direct hit to the image she's spent years curating. Even worse, Reese had no answer. She didn't respond with tougher defense or a key stop. Instead, her struggles continued. Missed layups, fouls, and defensive breakdowns piled up while Washington's front court carved up the Sky's interior. For a player expected to anchor Chicago's defense, it was a brutal indictment, made worse by the fact that even the commentators had to stifle their laughter. This wasn't just about one embarrassing play, it was a spotlight moment that revealed a deeper problem. Reese isn't anchoring the defense, she's at the center of its collapse. Just when things couldn't get worse on the court, they did off it. Thanks to a podcast microphone and a 3-time WNBA champion. Candace Parker, one of the most respected voices in the league, didn't mince words when asked to rank players by impact. Her verdict on Angel Reese: tier. Not bad, but not elite. Not someone you build a team around. Parker wasn't hating, she was explaining. In her words, Reese is a great rebounder, but lacks the offensive versatility and leadership to be a team's first or second option. Reese, she said, hasn't shown she can carry a roster to wins. Compared to players like Aja Wilson, Caitlin Clark, or Nneka Ogwumike, Reese's impact just isn't on the same level. What player are you taking Angel Reese over? Parker asked honestly and rhetorically. That's when the drama exploded. Instead of answering with her play, Angel Reese responded the only way she seems to know lately: social media. She fired off a cryptic tweet. Clout is one hell of a drug, clearly aimed at Parker. She also reposted a tweet accusing others of being jealous of her fame, beauty, and endorsement deals. The irony, she was accusing one of the most decorated players in league history and a 2-time MVP of chasing clout. For fans hoping Reese would take the criticism and elevate her game, it was a disappointing response. Parker's analysis was basketball-focused, grounded in performance. Reese's rebuttal was defensive, vague, and entirely online. It fed the growing perception that she's more invested in her brand than in her game. At a time when the Chicago Sky desperately need leadership and accountability, Reese chose to escalate a one-sided beef instead. The result? A viral feud, a divided fan base, and no sign that the Oncourt product is improving anytime soon. While Angel Reese racks up double-doubles and social media headlines, Caitlin Clark is doing something far more valuable, winning games and changing a franchise. The Indiana Fever, once an afterthought in the league, are now competitive, exciting, and cohesive, and the credit goes largely to Clark's leadership on and off the court. Clark doesn't just put up big numbers, she elevates everyone around her. Role players like Lexi Hull and Kelsey Mitchell have seen noticeable improvements in confidence, efficiency, and impact. Her playmaking opens up the floor. Her court vision creates better shots for teammates, and her presence alone draws national attention. Not for controversy, but for basketball. That's the difference. Angel Reese is often praised for her energy and effort, but her presence hasn't translated into better team performance. The Sky are still second to last in the league with a 7-19 record and one of the worst defenses in the WNBA. Even as Reese builds her personal brand and garners sponsorship deals, her team continues to crumble. Meanwhile, Clark rarely engages in feuds, avoids drama, and focuses on improvement. She takes criticism in stride and answers with results. Where Reese might tweet a cryptic jab, Clark puts up 9 assists and brings her team back from a double-digit deficit. It's not about who gets the most followers, it's about who moves the needle where it counts on the court. And right now, Clark is doing that. Reese is not. This contrast isn't just a media narrative, it's the reality of the 2025 WNBA season. One rookie is building a foundation of team success. The other is building headlines, one loss at a time. Angel Reese may be the face of the Chicago Sky, but the problems go far beyond one player. This franchise is in full collapse, and a big part of the blame falls on the front office and coaching staff. From questionable trades to poor roster construction, the Sky entered the season as if they were built to compete. Reality has revealed something closer to organizational malpractice. They traded away draft capital for veterans like Ariel Atkins, who hasn't changed the team's fortunes. They brought in Sloot, an aging point guard now sidelined by injury, without a young core to support her. Even head coach Teresa Weatherspoon has struggled to install a functioning defensive system, as the Sky regularly give up 100-plus points and rank among the league's worst in opponent paint scoring. Post-game comments from assistant coach Tyler Marsh hit the nail on the head. The Sky can't protect the paint. That's a damning indictment when your starting front court includes a player like Angel Reese, who's supposed to be the defensive anchor. Whether it's communication breakdowns, effort issues, or system flaws, the entire foundation is crumbling. And Reese, fair or not, is at the center of it. At this point, the Sky aren't just losing, they're irrelevant. And in a league on the rise, irrelevance is worse than defeat. Angel Reese is still a rookie, that's worth remembering, but the early signs are troubling. She's shown rebounding tenacity and hustle, traits you want in a young player. The issue isn't that she's bad, it's that she's been overhyped, expected to be a franchise savior when she's not yet built for that role. Double-doubles look great on paper, but basketball isn't played on spreadsheets. Leadership, accountability, and team impact matter more than box scores. Right now, Reese is losing all 3 battles, while players like Caitlin Clark, A'ja Wilson, and Aaliyah Boston are proving what real WNBA stars look like. The Mystics' loss was more than a blowout. It was a symbol, a too small gesture, a viral laugh from broadcasters, and a highlight reel of defensive collapses captured everything wrong with Chicago's season. Add a social media feud with Candace Parker, and you've got the perfect storm: distraction over development. If Angel Reese wants to prove her critics wrong, it won't be with Instagram stories or cryptic tweets. It'll be with defense, leadership, and most importantly, wins. Until then, the numbers are just noise. Angel Reese isn't just a basketball player, she's a brand. From NIL deals in college to podcast appearances, modeling gigs, and viral social media posts, Reese has mastered the art of attention. But with every passing game, that image-first approach seems to be clashing with the demands of pro-level basketball. Reese has built her identity on confidence and boldness, traits that fueled her rise. But now, those same traits are being interpreted as distraction rather than drive. Her cryptic "clout is one hell of a drug" tweet aimed at Candace Parker, a respected legend of the game, painted her less as a competitor and more as a personality caught up in her own narrative. The WNBA is evolving fast, and while visibility matters, performance is still the foundation. Players like Caitlin Clark, A'ja Wilson, and Breanna Stewart didn't build influence through online buzz. They earned it by showing up night after night and winning. Reese's fame hasn't yet translated to team success, and until it does, the criticism will only get louder. It's not that she shouldn't have a brand, it's that her basketball should lead the story, not the controversy. The WNBA is in a new era, one built on authentic, high IQ basketball and rising stars who lead by example. Fans aren't just looking for highlights anymore. They want winners, leaders, and players who elevate everyone around them. That's why teams like the Indiana Fever are surging in popularity while the Chicago Sky are fading into the background. Caitlin Clark isn't just a rookie sensation, she's changing how people watch women's basketball. She's helping transform teammates, bringing national TV deals, and setting attendance records, all while navigating pressure with poise. Reese, by contrast, has become more known for beefs than basketball. That doesn't win games, and in today's WNBA, that doesn't even sell tickets anymore. This is no longer college where charisma can carry you. In the pros, substance beats spectacle every time. Unless Reese makes a real shift, improving her defense, embracing accountability, and quieting the noise, the league may evolve without her at the center of the conversation, and that would be the biggest loss of all. The Chicago Sky aren't just losing, they're unraveling. And Angel Reese, fairly or not, is becoming the face of that unraveling. In sports, it's often said that stars carry the identity of their team. Right now, the Sky's identity is disjointed, defensive in name only, and desperate for direction, which mirrors the current perception of Reese's game. Reese has potential. No one denies her hustle, rebounding, or competitive edge. But when your team gets torched by rookies, when you get taunted on live TV, when commentators laugh mid-broadcast, and then you respond with cryptic tweets and clapbacks, you're no longer shaping a team culture. You're absorbing its flaws. The best players don't just play well, they change the energy of the franchise. Aja Wilson did it in Vegas. Caitlin Clark is doing it in Indiana. Angel Reese, so far, she's just blending into Chicago's chaos and not lifting them out of it. If she wants to be more than a stat sheet queen, she'll need to reshape not just how she plays, but how she leads. Double-doubles look nice on a graphic, but banners, wins, and playoff runs, those are what matter. And right now, Angel Reese's contributions, however consistent on paper, aren't moving the needle where it counts in the standings. Meanwhile, her peers are rewriting the future of the league. Caitlin Clark is pulling an entire franchise into relevance. Aja Wilson is setting the gold standard for leadership and dominance. Candace Parker didn't need controversy to make an impact. She let the trophies speak, the uncomfortable truth, until Angel Reese starts turning stats into wins. Everything else, the tweets, the drama, the fan base spin, is just noise. If she wants to be more than a viral moment, she'll have to choose: be a star or just look like one. Whether you're Team Reese or think she's all stats and no substance, one thing's clear: the conversation around her is only getting louder. But we care about real basketball, not just the headlines. If you're tired of the noise and want more breakdowns that cut through the hype, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the truth behind the box scores. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Is Angel Reese helping or hurting the Sky? Let's talk hoops, not hot takes. See you in the next one.